Hello everyone, welcome back to our attempt to salvage the Yunnan Mark 8 Station Hopper Gecko. So let's get back to where we were, this time with a full set of everything. As you can see, the game saves basically the same state that you left it in. Some of the tethers occasionally disappear, that can be a bit annoying, but we will survive. So we've got the interior hull with the passenger seats, with everything. Just going to quickly stick as much of the remnants of the nanocarbon into the furnace. These are fuses, so hopefully they don't kill me. Oh, yes they do. Fuses have a tendency to be kind of buggy at the moment. They like to send you hurtling away with like incredible amounts of momentum. Alright, let's finish off the getting rid of the thrusters. Oh no! That was quite stupid. I should have been more careful. But we don't seem to have blown up anything important. Okay, we'll just forget that that happened, if you don't mind. Moment of carelessness can cost you a lot of money in this game. Alright, so next bit is removing the reactor. If you recall, we shut it all down using the utility key, so let's get back in there. Lots of oxygen stacked up on the side, which is nice. And to remove the reactor, it's a three-step process really. The first thing, you go to the room containing the engineering console, pull this bit off, and in here we have a bunch of coolant. You go in and you pick up all of the coolant pods hidden in this little thing. And once you pull them all, the ECU is shut down, and that means the coolant stops flowing to the reactor. Now, without that coolant, the reactor gets quite hot. So what we've got to do is quickly cut it free. Some people do it at the bottom, but there's a lot of pipes and things in the way, and I find it's just a bit extra complicated without really saving any time. Okay, so that's disconnected. As you can see, the pipes have no longer got lights on them, so it means they're not being used for anything. And hopefully that will be enough that the reactor will come with us. Excellent, you pull it out. Or if you're impatient like I am, tether it to something. And there's bits and pieces here. The actual reactor is hiding in there. So we'll pull it out of the way and tether it to the barge. These end pieces are also valuable, so we will separately throw them onto the barge. Yeah, that's the trick of the reactor. Not the hardest, but also if you accidentally interrupt the coolant or do something like that, it can be quite the trick. Right, now to get the ECU, or the engineering control unit, that lives in here. So really all we want to do is cut it out on the underside where the barge is. I'm sure you could probably do this neater, but time is of the essence, don't forget. Boom. Now you can see it's connected at the back, which... Okay, that is different. I've never seen that happen before. I don't quite know what to say about that. Interesting. Okay, never mind. We have a disappearing ECU anyway. You just grab it and pull it out and stick it down there. And then it's time to begin the real chop shop, which is getting all the insanely large amount of computer terminals and seats and everything else out. Now, the easiest way again is just to chop a giant hole in the floor and tether everything onto the barge. This doesn't always work, as in it won't always get all the sections that you want. But you can usually just throw this big central bit of the seats down onto the barge and it will get most of them. That should do it. Now the trick of it is to look at the central piece and go, where do I want to tether that? Because we want to get it to land as flatly as possible. Oh, I've misjudged. Oh well. Let's try that. If it lands flat, it should get most of the seats. Oh dear. Come on. Cool. I think we got a good chunk of them.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Huh, this should really have gone in there already. Quickly peel the coolant off. Oh, hello, Mr. Thruster. Nacelle, sorry. What are you doing over there? As you may have noted, I can sometimes be a bit careless with sticking things. Right, depending on, this is the data drive, so we're going to quickly grab that. We've got 8 minutes left. We're going to use that to grab oxygen and thrusters. That one does not want to fit out that door. Never mind. As you can see, depending on what exactly you want, in this case I want electrical, ECU and mechanical. Mechanical is the primary source of that, is the airlock handles. Electrical can be any of the computer scenes or the processor. But as you can see, you just basically do that. It's not the most thrilling thing to watch, so I will go to the next step of making this Gecko into bits that can be fed into the processor. Got the cut lines here, so we're just gonna keep slicing, making sure that we actually get the joins. Close enough. And I think, oh, so close. That should just about do it. Make sure 100%. What that is holding it there. Nothing. Right. Let's begin pulling these to bits. If I can. It's quite a large piece, so it'll probably require a few more tethers than that. I think I've judged it right, or that maybe... Actually, that may be slightly too wide. Oh well, we shall stick more tethers on it and see what happens. This bit at the back, definitely 2 pieces. As you can see, I've got to separately cut the floor panels and the actual structural joins sometimes, which can be a bit annoying. But what can you do? Oh, that has blocked it.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Let's use all our tethers. Is it not disconnected? How annoying. There it is.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Unfortunately, we've run low on tethers, so we will quickly go buy stuff. And this final section into the processor with it.
Not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Now that should, the tethers are all going out. Annoying. But they do only last for so long. And if they intersect with a physical object, you can see they flash and then will eventually break. Come on. Just do a bit of sweeping.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
While it's doing this, we can chop these bits off because they are the thruster caps. And I do believe there's a section on there. Yeah, there it is. Engineering console refuses to break off. Okay, never mind. Off it goes. Why don't we just do a bit of cutting?
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
I'm sure salvage was destroyed, but that was kind of the point. Thank you, voice. Oops. Anyway, the structural beams seem to have survived my little laser assault, which is slightly annoying, but it will go in by itself anyway. Aluminium panels that once cover the reactor.
Deposit not accepted. Processing valuable object. Credits
Well, isn't that annoying? Come on, separate. That was perhaps a slightly excessive amount of chopping, but I really do want this thing to go in there by itself. Even with all that, there's still something very stubbornly
oxygen reserves are dropping below
sticking in there.
profitable levels.
This is a bit tricky because I'm currently thrusting away and it's barely taking me away from the processor.
Time to start wrapping things up. Weaver out.
Just pull the backside around a bit. Hopefully we can get it in there in the 1 minute we have remaining. Peel some furniture.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Airlock panels, these sort of things, worth money.
Object not accepted.
But yeah, that's a breakdown of a transport Gecko. Wonderful stuff, huh?
Valuable object processed.
Nearly everything we wanted out of it, apart from some strangeness with the disappearing ECU. Anyway, that's that. So, thanks a lot, guys, and don't forget to do the whole like and subscribe thing while we go through how much money we made, which is largely due to the reactor with being worth 3 million and thrusters being worth 500,000. Not so great on the objectives. Look at that, we missed the metal by like 100 kilos. That was silly. And the ECU just disappeared. I have no idea what happened to that. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next time.